I think I would steal Mackenzie's line. He felt it was the greatest meeting of land and sea he'd ever seen. Actually, what you think about is how he was able to do what he did in 1928. It was kind of genius, actually. So all the work we've done has been trying to restore it to what the old photographs were as best we can. We have the 50th Walker Cup, which is great for Cypress Point. They last held it in 1981. It's great to have it come to some of the venues that people may not get to see. So this is the 4th hole. The way Mackenzie routed the golf course is that it started at the first few holes, you're looking into the dunes. So what we call this is routing. It goes into the woods and then continues through the woods, goes back up into the dunes, back into the woods, let's say, and then out to the coast.
I think the big phrase here, less is more. You know, we're here just to try to fit the landscape as best as we can here at Cypress. We don't want to be seen or, you know, stick out too much. We just want to stay within the confines of the land and just let the land do the work. So, you know, we do want to do our job and do a great job of that, but we also want the nature and just the golf course to be the centerpiece and be the focal point. I think we do just enough to make sure that these dunes stand out, but let them speak for themselves.
Yeah. Well, from his book, he actually kind of studied the waves. Some of his design influence was the swept up capes and things like that. So, in using some of the natural sand forms themselves. They weren't really manufactured bunkers. They were just sand pushed around and footprints, no rakes. I would think we all strive for the best conditions for a membership. We promote dry, firm, and fast as best we can, but also maintaining plant health. But once you get to the perimeters, as you can see, there's not a lot of manicuring and edging and things like that. It's more rustic. Well, there'll be some weeds around here, and there's nothing wrong with having some weeds.
We try to get the greens firm. We don't overwater. Just try getting to make the day. So it looks like foggy day. So they don't need that much. I just dust it up a little bit. Yeah. So like spots like that, I just got to dust it up. When the approach firm, see this. We're not gonna run the water because over here is wet and over there is dry. Everyone is like can't believe it. They play in Cypress Point, and everybody I talk is I don't care, and I don't score good. I don't Buddhist or not make a good score. I just want to get in fun and really enjoy the course.
We're just lucky to be able to show up here every day. I mean, there's so many people who would do anything to be out here at any point. So just to be able to wake up and come out here and to be able to water out here and be able to look around is kind of just a blessing. You know, we do have fun, we take it easy, but we get a lot done at the same time. You know, it's a good environment. All the guys are, you know, there's just a big friendly crew, so it's just fun to be here.
This is Remington. Remington's 10, you wouldn't know it, and he's golf ball crazy. He's been known to go out in the middle of the fairway and pick up member balls that are in play. But I have to throw a golf ball into the geese to get him to chase them because he doesn't.
This is Duke. Dookie, you didn't say hi? He's my buddy, my best buddy. He's living his best life out here. Chase after some geese. You know, there's a saying, if you could ever have a second life, you'd come back as a superintendent dog. I'm Mike Worsfold. Yeah, I'm originally from New Zealand. I've been here since the summer of 2013, so yeah, about 12 years now. I came over here on the Ohio State program. Great golf courses. I was at Pine Valley, went down to Texas and did the Shell Houston Open there, and then came out here to Cypress and kind of stayed. It's not a bad spot to be. Pine Valley is that was raw beauty, whereas, you know, Cypress is just natural beauty. You know, you're right here on the coast and you got the dunes and the trees. It's just, yeah, it's a special place. This is a summer day here in California. you can see, but out on the East Coast it's 100 degrees and you're chasing wilt for the majority of the summer, so it's a little different. We don't really have to chase any wilt here. It's just kind of drought stress more than heat stress. Yeah, so we kind of just let it do its own thing, really. We don't really do too much, you know, with the dunes. We kind of let them go a little bit, and you kind of might have to spray some grasses here or there, you know, just try to make it look untouched, more natural, you know.
We normally will keep some of the taller areas like this, but they dry out. Right now they're going to be a little more irrigated, and so they're thicker. The kids hit it so far. We're hoping they bounce into this stuff and slow them down a little bit so they don't make it some form of challenge. It's a short golf course. It's had the fences of green speeds and green shapes, and wind can help, but it is, you know, it's only going to play about 6,500 yards, and they hit it a ton. If the wind picks up, she'll have some teeth. It's a short golf course, but don't underestimate it, and don't underestimate the greens. Well, the average is about 3,400 square feet, which is pretty small. So small greens, a lot of undulations to where there are limited pin areas, actually. And if you're in the wrong position, then you have some difficulties.
So we have our marked location by Jeff. We're just gonna take this plug, put it in that one, take the cup for that one, and put it here. So should be pretty simple. I like it. And that's 1 out of 18.
Well, you're always going to hear the ocean. And the smells, thanks to all the wildlife, are never going to go away. No, it's being at the sea. You know, it's the smell of the ocean.
Basically just have a bird bomb here, all right? That's a scare tactic. It's harassment. It's totally legal. It's our way to keep birds off the golf course if we need to. Yeah, it's basically just load it and fire away, and voila. I mean, for a day-to-day operation, you know, our standards are very high. But as far as the Walker Cup, we're just going to ramp it up just a little bit with just some extra mows and rolls, and we'll be there just because our standards are so high here at Cypress Point Club.
So there's 24 on staff. Right now we have 4 interns that are working their way through school. 2 have graduated.
Yeah, it's a nice community. We all kind of talk to each other, get together as often as we can, and Cypress is a little bit more low-key compared to those public courses. You know, they're pumping out round after round, whereas we're really quiet, you know, compared to them.
What do you love hearing from people when they visit for the first time?
Just how beautiful it is, you know, the architecture, just, you know, how it plays, you know, you got so many different holes. You go into the trees, and then you go into the dunes, and then out to the ocean, you know, and you finish out on the ocean holes, which is the kind of the highlight of the round, you know, and the anticipation of getting out there and playing those holes is special.